What is going on, gents? It's R.P.M. here, coming at you with another episode of Hockey Mask Time. Now, before I get started, let us bow our heads and recite the HMT motto, shall we? A man can only take so much disrespect before he finally decides today's the day. Gentlemen, we return to good old Maskistan. Now, this article was sent by the illustrious Neo the Outflanker, and it was published on the 1st of February. Vadodara man offlines girlfriend after tiff over borrowed money. Well, another case of money being the motivation for a man to put the mask on. However, it's not what you think, gentlemen. A 35-year-old married woman was offlined by her paramour near Poor Village on the outskirts of the city 9 days ago. Mital Parmar's body was dug out of sand in an open field by police on Monday after the accused, Ismail Parmar, admitted to the crime. So, she was a fully married woman cheating on her husband, and then she ends up getting offlined by her boyfriend. You can't make this up. Now, let me just go ahead and say this right here. Woo! The police said that Mital was married to Raju Bavalia, a resident of Poor. She got into an illicit relationship with Ismail about 8 years ago, and they used to meet regularly. Gentlemen, dual mating strategy in full play. She obviously had the weak husband at home who for 8 years did not know that his wife was getting slammed regularly. I'm sorry. There is no way in hell that a man does not know that his wife is getting tube staked by another man for 8 years, off and on. There had to have been some signs there. But, hey, stranger things continue to happen in this day and age. Quote unquote, their relationship went sour some months ago, and she blocked his number on her phone. Also, Mital had given about 2.5 lakh rupees to Ismail, and when you make that conversion, it's roughly $3,060. So it sounds like she was actually skimming money from her husband and giving it to the boyfriend. Once again, gentlemen, the outright idiotic nature of a modern woman put on full display, and it came back to bite her in the ass. She began demanding the money back, said B.N. Gohul, Varnama Police Sub-Inspector. Ismail, who works as a casual laborer, did not have enough money and was upset with Mital for blocking him. He tried to convince her to continue the relationship, but she refused. On the 22nd of January, Ismail called Mital under the pretext of sorting out the differences. He took her to an isolated spot near Poor, GIDC, on his motorbike, Gohil added. The duo got into a heated argument, and Ishmael told the cops that he pushed her violently in anger. Mital, a mother of 2 kids. Oh, wow. Wow. So she is just straight cucking her husband. I wonder if that man will be able to get a DNA test. But then again, she's already been offline. So at this point, doesn't really matter. He pushed her violently, and she fell to the ground and suffered severe injuries to the back of her head. Ishmael claimed that she was not breathing, and hence he panicked. After some time, he dug a pit in the sand nearby and buried her there. Mital's husband approached the police the next day with a missing person complaint. Quote unquote, one of the CCTVs installed at Port Panchayat office showed that Mital had gone with Ishmael on his motorbike on the day she disappeared. We questioned Ishmael, but he kept saying that he dropped her off sometime at some distance and left, Gohill said. After sustained questioning, Ishmael broke down on Monday and admitted to having offlined her. He took police personnel to the spot where she was buried. Quote unquote, we recovered her body and sent it for post-mortem. Mital died due to severe injuries in her head, or it should be on her head. Gohill told TOI. Well. Like I said, this woman was a real piece of work. 8 years, married, having a side dude, and giving the dude money, but then demanding he give her back the money. Wow. I must say, karma does work in strange ways. It really does. Anyway, let's get to that scorecard, shall we? 4 location. Went down in the field of screams. So I gotta give that one a 5. Method of execution. Now this is gonna be pretty interesting. So he pushed her. She fell. She obviously hit her head on some rocks. So I'm gonna go with a 15 because this is a combination of the perilous push and the rocks of rage. So with that duo, yeah, that's what did her in. So yeah, he gets a 15 for that one. Psychological impact. When you look at the husband's behavior, he didn't really seem too concerned when he went to the police. So let me give that one a 5 also. And for the brutality factor. Well, you know what? Hey, up close and personal and the rocks of rage. So I'll give that one a 15 also. So Ishmael, the Intimidator, gets a score of 40. What more can be said? What more honestly can be said? The boyfriend, obviously, he was a piece of crap. He knew she was still married, and for 8 years, he kept plugging away at a married woman. Definitely some scumbag shit on his part. However, the fact that this woman was giving this man money to keep him around, but then she finally decided, oh, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and break everything off. Yeah, no. Definitely a bad move on her part. Hell, the whole thing was a bad move on her part. But, once again, gentlemen, dual mating strategy in full play. She's got the husband and kids at home. She's cucking him and giving up the box to, obviously, the ain't shit dude, and then it ended up blowing up in her face. Well, I've rambled on long enough. Read the article. Let me know what you guys think. And women around the world who think you can still employ the dual mating strategy in this day and age. The power you think you have to keep pulling that strategy off is going out. Feminism and the idea that you can keep applying said strategy will go out right along with it. Because, hey, women, you can't serve two masters. One of those guys is going to figure it out. And guess what? The one guy who you become the bane of his life might end up putting on that mask, just like the side dude did. But once again, it is what it is. That's all I got to say for this one. R.P.M. I am out.
Murder on my mind, yeah. Losing all my hope, yeah. I'ma do the crime, yeah. Fuck the red or blue, I'ma take the black pill, yeah. Fuck the red or blue, I'ma take the black pill.